Hello guys, welcome back again sa ating YouTube channel, no, The Action Man. Una sa lahat, mega love shoutout po sa lahat ng mga kakampeng at sa mga hindi man mga kakampeng. Kung interesado ka sa bidyong ito, patapusin mo na hanggang dulo at huwag nyo nang kalimutan na i-like at i-share ang ating video para malaman naman ang iilan sa ating mga kababayan na nagtutulog-tulugan sa katotohanan. So muli naman nagbabalik ang nag-iisa nyong host na si The Action Man para magbigay ng komentaryo at reaction sa mga mainit ng issue ng bayan. Ito ho mga ka-action, mga kakamping, no, may gusto lang ho ako na i-share sa inyo. Ito po ang pinaka-latest na update dito sa tumatayong counsel o abogado ng mga complainant laban sa war on drug na pinatupad ni dating Pangulong Duterte ho, mga ka-action, mga kakamping. So alam naman po natin na marami na ang lumalabas na kung ano-ano na mga burbalita regarding nga po dito sa investigasyon ng ICC dito sa Pilipinas, no? So sa pinaka-latest nag-post ang ABS-CBN na kung saan ang Department of Justice ay nag-prefer, no, para sa posibleng pag-issue o ng arrest warrant laban dito sa mga taong kasama sa investigasyon ng ICC nung panahon ng war on drugs ho, mga ka-action. So ito po mga ka-action, no, kaya pala nangangatog naman ito talaga ito ang ating mga kaibigan na iniidolo ng ating mga kaibigan. Kasi ito pala ang pagkakaiba ho, mga ka-action. Ayon kay Attorney Cristina Contiho, mga ka-action, ang tumatayo na abogado ng mga complainant ho, mga ka-action. Okay? So ito nga po, tapos na ang preliminary examination. So ibig sabihin, ang paunang pagsusuri tapos na. Congrats. Alright. At alam naman po natin dito sa Pilipinas, kapag iniimbestigahan pa ay patuloy pa rin ang investigation at hindi pa pwedeng mag-issue ng arrest warrant kapag hindi pa ma-sure at kung kaso na ho talaga. And then kung kaso na ho talaga, saka pa mag-release ng arrest warrant sa isang tao. Pero dito pala sa ICC, mga ka-action, ang pagkakaiba ay pwede palang mag-issue na agad ng arrest warrant habang gumugulong pa ang investigation. Ang purpose po dito para maging aware na hindi ho makatakas ang mga nasabing iimbestigahan. At pwede pala silang ma-detain sa detention center ng International Court, halimbawa, habang iniimbestigahan pa, mga ka-action. Ito pala ang pagkakaiba. Kung dito sa Pilipinas ay kailangan muna maimbestigahan at kung ma-issue na at kung mag-file na ng kaso, saka pa mag-issue ng arrest warrant. Dito pala sa International Criminal Court ay iba. Habang iniimbestigahan pa pala, pwede na pala sila mag-issue ng arrest warrant laban sa isang tao at i-detain sa detention center nila habang gumugulong ang nasabing investigation. Ito po ay isa sa mga interview ni Cristina Contis, isang mga mediaman o mga reporter o mga broadcaster ng 1PH ho, mga ka-action. Courtesy po sa inyong video. Okay? I-share ko lang po for informative purposes only. Maraming salamat po. Ito po, mga ka-action.
Attorney, please, for those of us who are not aware, please explain to us the meaning of
Assistant to the Counsel.
Assistant to the Counsel, ICC. Yes.
It means I can participate in court proceedings as assistant to counsel. And counsel is one who represents either victims or defendants or as part of the prosecution team. So, kumbaga, accredited ako to practice before Philippine courts. It is the same. Before the ICC, I can do so in a particular description or designation as assistant to counsel.
Okay. Okay.
Ma'am, siguro, at sa tayo konti, where are we exactly now? There's a lot of talk about subpoenas or arrest warrants. Of course, we haven't seen it yet. Pero where are we now? Tapos na ba yung preliminary examination? Or tapos pa lamang? Kasi everybody is waiting for the arrest warrant eh. So where are we exactly now?
We're at the tail end of the investigation. So if we were to compare with the Philippine procedure. Here, we do preliminary investigation. Sa kanila po, preliminary examination na natapos na, at ngayon doon tayo sa investigation.
PI.
At this stage, we're answering the question of who is most responsible, who bears the greatest responsibility for these crimes against humanity. Kaya, kung nabanggit yun na rin yung briefer, in the briefer, it must be clear that according to the ICC, with the decision as regards the preliminary examination, it means that the fact that crimes against humanity have been committed in the Philippines is already established. Ang tanong na lang ngayon, sino may kasalanan? Kaya painit po yan dahil kapag nagtukoy na kung sino ang may kasalanan, they can, as you mentioned, issue summons or warrants of arrest. Ang kaibahan lang talaga niyang summons at warrant of arrest, the warrant of arrest tells the authorities to arrest you, physically take you into custody, and then to keep you in the Hague. Meron dong parang kulungan or detention center. Hindi pa ito yung sa Scheveningen. Ito yung detention center within the ICC premises, and then you're being held for trial. That's all, essentially. Yung possibility of flight or evading the trial, yun lang yung reason kung bakit ka dinedetain. The summons is issued in the same concept na we're issuing this against those who are or who committed perpetrators of crimes against humanity. Kaso, palagay namin, wala kang flight risk. Palagay namin, you will still continue to cooperate, you will come here kapag pinatawag, and therefore, we will just issue a summons. So, that's the kind of nuance between a warrant of arrest and a summons. But then, ito yung medyo kaiba sa Pilipinas. Sa atin po, pag natapos ng investigasyon, sure na ba? Magkakaso na ba? Saka lang po, nakakakaroon ng warrant of arrest. Dito sa ICC, alam niyo, pwedeng mag-issue ng warrant of arrest habang patuloy pa rin ang investigation. Dahil aware sila na posibleng tumakas yung most responsible. Kaya hindi na nila hinihintay minsan yung pagkakataon na tapos na yung investigation. As soon as they establish that you are a perpetrator, then they would issue a warrant of arrest.
So hindi na kailangan, ma'am, Attorney Cot, hindi na kailangan hintayin matapos itong investigation. That's what you're saying.
Po. And
so,
ang naramdaman ko nga, at tagal na kasing nagsimula talaga investigation, it was, well, finally,
Examination, matagal na ito.
called na, okay, go ahead with the investigation according to the appeals chamber. That was last year. So they've been working on this for almost, actually, previous year, almost more than a year.
We
and I would imagine
yes, Attorney,
they
we just
have
want to
had
know if,
sufficient information.
okay, we just want to know if we can align it with the pronouncements or the statement of Senator Trillanes that June, July, we're likely to see an arrest warrant. Kasi nga, this development that the DOJ is preparing a briefer, they also seem to be anticipating an arrest warrant.
In relation, Attorney, doon sa tanong ni Patrick, no? Anong tingin nyo, ano yung meaning nitong briefer na ito ng DOJ? Dahil ito ba ay pagbabago ng posisyon ng Presidente na hindi makikipag-coordinate sa ICC? Or ito ay a clear writing on the wall na papapasokin ng ICC?
I would say that this is a clear indication that the President is reconsidering his position. Kasi kung firm ka hindi ka na magpapagawa ng sure ako, hindi ka papapasukin.
I-ignore mo na lang.
We're coming from the, in a sense, worst scenario na we are not cooperating, we have disengaged. And when I say disengage, ito yung sabing term dati ni Marcos, complete disengagement. Alam niyo nung panahon na yon, si Soljan naman ang nagtanong. Parang nabanggit niya na, I am not sure what the President means by that. And he wanted it clearer na parang he will issue a memo daw. Yung disengagement na ginawa nila is that hindi umano pero hindi rin naman nangyari. Hindi na magsasubmit ng kahit ano sa ICC. Anyway, eventually nagsubmit pa rin sila ng mga dokumento, proof about the investigations in the Philippines. Unfortunately, these were not taken, and they also submitted a reply as regards the deferral. Actually, they requested for the deferral. Tapos they continue to engage with the ICC kahit may sinabing disengagement. which was weird. Now comes this briefer, and I think this is an indication that Marcos is not fully, kumbaga, certain as to his points about the ICC. And if I may backtrack to the campaign, wala siyang sinasabi tungkol dito sa ICC noon di ba? Tapos sa pagsimula ng termino niya, parang sinasabi niya lang, ayoko dyan sa ICC. And he was repeating arguments that have been repeated ad nauseam. Paulit-ulit na sovereignty, na parang silang plaka. Kaya sabi namin, is he well-informed, especially after the developments, after the decisions? Now that he's looking at it closely and on a legal perspective, I think that this is a reconsideration, or at least an indication that he will be reconsidering his decision.
Okay, so Attorney Conti, June, July, are we going to see an arrest warrant issued? Will it be announced? Sa tansya po nyo, will it be announced? Because I understand that the ICC does not always announce when an arrest warrant has been issued, because to prevent the accused from fleeing. So, are we going to see an announcement anytime soon?
Ang ano ko dyan, no news would be good news, because ICC processes as regards issuance of the warrant, application of a warrant of arrest, issuance, and service even, are considered confidential. Tama yun. Kailangan pong masurpresa, o kaya kailangan mong mahuli yung tao. And the element of surprise is crucial to the implementation of a warrant of arrest. Ang kailangan mo dyan, information kung saan siya pupulutin. Now, this is the thing. In recent months, they have had announced the issuance of a warrant of arrest, or warrants of arrest against Putin.
It's Putin.
And the reason was, or in one interview, the prosecutor said, I'm announcing this because as a form of deterrence against future crimes against humanity. Sa Russia po kasi, tuloy-tuloy yung nangyayaring mga crimes against humanity and war crimes. At sabi nung ICC, ay nako, sisimulan ko na muna ito habang kumpleto yung documentation ko tungkol sa relocation of kids, of children na nasa orphanages daw ng Ukraine, nililipat ng Russia. Habang kumpleto yung dokumento dito, mag-issue na ako ng warrant of arrest para deterrent o pantigil dun sa ganitong actions. Later, they issued another set of warrants. And until now, the investigation has not been completed. So that could also serve as parang example for us. Hindi pa tapos yung investigation.
Attorney, can you confirm that ICC investigators came here late last year? Kasi that's also one of the claims of former Senator Antonio Trillanes. Nakapasok daw sa Pilipinas. Hindi siya actually nagsabi na nakapasok, but the other side, nakapasok. Ang sinabi lang ni former Senator Trillanes, nakapag-imbestiga, pero the Duterte camp said pinapasok daw. Nakapasok nga ba dito yung mga investigators?
Well, unfortunately, on the part of the victims, I cannot confirm that kasi hindi po kami ang kinausap. Kaya mas important, at saka hindi kami ang nagpapasok. So yung two parties, sabihin na natin, yung nagpapasok, yung kinausap, if they can confirm, and we have heard word that they have entered the Philippines, edi sa kanila yon. On the part of the ICC, they have always cautioned us against committing the ICC to acts or to activities or to statements. Kasi at this point, while the investigation is ongoing, security is a material point.
Okay.
Wala kami kakayanan na protektahan yung ICC investigators, and I'm looking at the possibility of them returning. Kami po sa mga victims, we continue cooperating with the court in any ways possible. And from what we've seen, porsigido po ang ICC. Kaya hindi malabo or hindi malayo na nangyari talaga yun.
Attorney, just
Would
like to
you
go
have
back
any knowledge
a bit.
kung the government, kasi yun din na sinabi ngayon ni Attorney Harry Roque naman na meron na daw commitment si DOJ Secretary Remulla to cooperate for the Philippine government to cooperate with the ICC. Would you know anything about that?
No, sorry. I'm not in touch with Secretary Remulla, nor, well, Secretary Remulla.
Yes.
And the cooperation actually is determined by the Rome Statute. Kaya kung sa amin,
Yes.
tama lang
Okay.
na talagang mag-cooperate. That's what we've been saying for a long time.
Attorney, I'd just like to go back a bit. You mentioned a while ago, is this official? Crimes against humanity in the drug war here in the Philippines have been, quote-unquote, established?
Yes. That was definite in the preliminary examination findings of the Office of the Prosecutor. And that was the basis of
For
the
the
authorization
preliminary investigation.
to open an investigation. And this was an issue na kinontest ng Pilipinas. Sabi nila, hindi kami nag-investigate naman. Na natalo sila dito sa puntong yun. Kasi ang sinabit nila, 52 cases, naalala niyo ito, binabandera nila to mula sa ICC hanggang UN. We are investigating 52 cases, o ito. Sabi ng ICC, sige, tinignan na namin. That was over 6 months. Tinignan na namin, minonitor namin. Wala namang, hindi pareho ng ginagawa namin. Kaya magtutuloy kami ng investigation. And
now,
at this point, again, crimes against humanity have been committed in the acts of murder and other inhumane acts. Kasama po dito yung torture, possibly, and iniisip na namin yung mga illegal detentions, yung mga secret jail, yan. Asaklaw yan ng ICC investigation.
Okay, and you mentioned that what needs to be done is...
To some extent, they're also looking at, kasi yung ICC may focus dito, on sexual crimes.
Okay.
Kaya yung mga extortion, yung kapag hinuli ka, tapos bibigyan mo na sila ng favor, sexual favors, that could fall within the concept of crimes against humanity.
When you say that the ICC now wants to establish or find out who is, quote-unquote, most responsible, in this particular case in the Philippines, in the drug war in the Philippines, how many people are we talking about, Attorney?
I can definitely say for sure one, President Rodrigo Duterte. Sa kanya nagsimula ang lahat. That's standard Kung kaya mong patigilin o kaya mong kung sinimulan mo yung programa o polisiya, and then kung kaya mong patigilin. Kumbaga parang, where does the buck stop? And we've seen clearly that the buck stops with Duterte. Now, the question is open. When you say most responsible, sorry sa mga grammar Nazis. Yung most responsible, it's not just one person, it could be a group of persons.
Okay.
So, in the case of the Holocaust, so we all know there was Adolf Hitler, who parang spearheaded everything. But he had a cabal. He had a group of people supporting him, a doctor who thought about the Holocaust as the final solution, a general who executed all the acts, and without their participation, the Holocaust would not have happened. They were all considered as among the quote-unquote most responsible.
Kaya hindi pwedeng
Attorney,
sabihin
pangalanan na natin. Senator De La Rosa, he's supposed to be the architect of Tokhang.
Yes po, actually, there were 3 names explicitly mentioned in the pre-trial.
3 names.
3 names, Duterte,
Senator De La Rosa. Sino pa yung pangatlo?
Senator De La Rosa, and Albayalde, who succeeded.
Okay.
Pero alam nyo, interesado nga kami kasi sinabi na the ICC is interested in looking at up to mid-level police officials or people in the death squad hierarchies. And possibly this could include chief of police, regional directors na kabahagi noong Tokhang operations. Kasi alam nila na kumbaga sa ating local domestic jurisprudence or domestic judicial system, hindi yan maaabot pag may namatay on the ground. Like in some of the cases that we are dedicating, hindi mo na maiaakyat yung kaso, hindi mo na masasaklaw yung hanggang doon ka lang sa actually nandoon sa ground. If you were to litigate a crime of homicide or murder, hanggang doon ka lang sa who were present on the ground. Hindi na yan aakyat sa chief of police, hindi na aakyat sa division leader, etc. Kaya sabi ng ICC, and precisely that's why we have these kinds of courts, doon kami sa mastermind. Yung hindi mo kaagad-agad matuturo, ang hirap din kasi wala silang usapan, wala silang kapatilan. And magaling ang ICC dyan, establishing patterns and connections with regard to state policy or organized crime.
Attorney, I think this is the first time I'm hearing it, the name General Albayalde, the former PNP chief. Is his possible inclusion in an arrest warrant, is this based on their being mentioned in the preliminary examination?
Could be.
Pero sa preliminary examination, bansa lang yung binabanggit, di ba, attorney? Sa preliminary examination, bansa lang yung binabanggit, walang tao. Sa preliminary investigation, may tao.
Sa preliminary examination, when they ask for authorization, after the preliminary exam, PE, nag-ask ng authorization to conduct an investigation and the names were there.
Yan.
There were those three names.
Those three names.
In the documents prior, there were other names, but medyo redacted. Itong tatlong pangalan ang siguro nakita nila na matindi. Kasi paano ba na-operate ang Tokhang?
Okay.
PNP. Kaya mukhang yung mga PNP chief, yan ang medyo may sabit. I don't know if they will cover the chiefs thereafter, pero we have an inclination that probably, especially during di ba nagpipik yung mga drug war killings?
Pero di ba,
What
attorney,
about Sara Duterte? Kung command responsibility yan as mayor of Davao City, kasi yung ibang crimes doon na sakop nung siya ang mayor ng Davao eh. What about Sara Duterte?
Yes, Ma'am Ami. But the name of Sara Duterte does not appear on the official or public records. But it is a clear indication already that she might be included when the ICC specified that the scope of the investigation will be from November 2011 until, June 2022. Nung panahon na yon, vice mayor or mayor siya ng Davao.
Yes.
Yung period na yon is specifically for Davao. And they were talking about the Davao death squads. And we saw that at that point, Sara Duterte could be investigated at the very least. But we need additional proof to say that she was involved or she was one of the perpetrators. I think one of the possible witnesses na tinutukoy ngayon, di ba, pakalat-kalat, sina Las Cañas, sina Bato, Bato. Sinasabi nila may role talaga si Sara Duterte. So, it depends on how the ICC will consider or appreciate their testimonies. And if they say so, at the minimum, there could be a summons to cooperate against Sara Duterte for the investigation at the least.
pero di ba, attorney, yung history ng ICC, ang focus usually nila sa ganyang mga kaso, yung principals, hindi masyadong marami yung kinakasuhan nila. Kahit may mga involved sa killings, may mga involved sa murder, sa human rights violation, they focus on the principals to strengthen the case.
Ayun, so precisely, hindi mapapasok dito ang mga foot soldiers. Hindi sila makakasuhan, hindi sila masasaklaw ng investigation. Kaya yung mid-level sa hierarchy, up to the top level, yan yung iimbestigahan. Pero yung kakasuhan would be those who would be considered most responsible. And again, when you say that, sino yung may chance or sino yung parang last clear chance to say, ayokong pumatay. Huwag tayong mag-ooperate ngayon. Huwag tayong magtotokha ngayon. Kung ganong level ka at walang lash out sa iyo na walang negative impact, you still remain in office, then I guess, kasi kumbaga may discretion ka to stop the killings or to start the killings, they could be included in the ICC case. Meron kasi ding sinasabi na yung parang conspiracy, and it's not always in the manner that we think of it na nag-meeting ang lahat ng mga police chief o kaya pinatawag sa Malacanang, hindi ganon. Kaya depende yan sa appreciation ng ICC and how they would establish na, kumbaga, quote-unquote, chain of command. Kapag nandun ka sa punto na you can decline or you can stop the killings, then baka pwede kang makonsider as part of the whole group that can stop or order the killings.
Tony, balikan ko lang yung briefer. I'm trying to divine kasi the significance of the briefer. The fact that there's a briefer and the fact that they announced the briefer, I was wondering if you see any messaging there by Malacanang. Kasi they didn't have to announce the briefer. And secondly, if you intend to ignore as they've been saying, they will ignore any summons.
Won't coordinate.
Why do you bother the briefer and then announce it?
A clear political
Right.
statement.
And there's a very, pakibalikan na lang din po, no? Pero there's a very telltale phrase, yung parang sinasabi nila, according to the existing policy framework. And that means na, as of now, we will not cooperate with the ICC, hindi kami mag-engage. But that means, therefore, that if the policy framework changes, then the briefer could go the other way. Ang hiling lang namin na ang briefer is as thorough and as fair as possible.
Okay.
Total lawyers naman ang gagawa. Sana fair at hindi, kumbaga, kumikiling na papabura natin na hindi tayo mananagot dito. Hopefully as well, it points out that the ICC case, if ever it proceeds to trial, will be against an individual person. It will not be an indictment of the Philippine government. However, masisingit lang talaga yung indictment of policy. Because, as we all know, Tokhang was a government policy from 2016 onwards. Kaya, yan yung kailangan makonsider. Sana rin, ma-include yung points about why the killings continue under BIDA. Kasi parang yung policy framework sa ICC, actually, ito pa nga ang sabi namin, even the war on drugs declared by Mayor Baste Duterte militates or aggravates the ICC situation against President Duterte, because the claim of the ICC, yung storyang, yung naratibo nila ay, merong presidente, dating mayor, naging presidente, yung ginagawa niya na patayan o nangyayaring patayan sa Davao nung siya ang mayor, naging widespread, naging nationwide, noong panahon na presidente siya. Tapos, ito ngayong bumalik siya sa Davao, retirado, at yung anak niya ang mayor, nagkaroon ng war on drugs at nagkaroon ng patayan. I think that would be an impetus for the ICC to, again, look for ways to deter these crimes against humanity from being committed. Kaya, ewan ko sa kanila kung napag-uusapan yun, pero hopefully, that would also be included in the briefer of the DOJ, that this is already a matter under the consideration of the court, the continuing killings to fall within the scope of the investigation, if not trial. Kasi, klaro yun, hindi magiging part ng trial. Pero that could form the context. Sabihin nila na, policy pala talaga sa Pilipinas na ganyan. Kung ang kanilang main objective with these cases is deterrence, then therefore we will proceed with the investigation and the trial without case, tuloy-tuloy ito, because we want these killings to stop.
Attorney Cristina Conti, thank you for joining the Story Conference.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Ingat.
Thank you, Attorney.
So yun na ho mga ka-action, mga kakamping, no, napakinggan na po natin ang magandang explanation at pwedeng mga mangyari sa susunod na araw o sa susunod na buwan regarding dito sa issue ng ICC o investigation ng ICC sa panahon na ipinatupad ni dating Pangulong Duterte ang war on drugs ho, mga ka-action. Okay? At antabayanan ho natin ang posibleng pagbago ng maging desisyon ni Mr. President Bongbong Marcos if ever nga po na magkaroon na ng arrest warrant dito sa mga personalidad na ito, mga ka-action. Kasi hindi pa naman talaga final, no? Kahit na nagpahayag po ito si Mr. President na hindi niya papayagan na mag-imbestiga o hindi niya bigyan ng suporta ang nasabing investigasyon ng ICC, pero hindi pa tayo makakasiguro kung ano po ba talaga ang kanyang final na desisyon. Gayunpaman na patuloy ang sigaw ng taong bayan, lalong-lalo na po din ang kanyang mga loyalista na nagrarally na kung saan isinisigaw na papasukin na ang ICC. Kaya baka sakali na biglang magbago pa ang kanyang desisyon. Antabayanan po natin. Ngayon, alam na po natin kung paano ang proseso kapag ang ICC pala ang mag-iimbestiga. Okay? Napakaganda po ng kanilang mga proseso, no? Kasi kahit investigation pa lang pala, pwede na pala ipa-aresto ang nasabing tao para nang sa ganon hindi makatakas, no? So which is maganda po 'yun kahit investigation pa lang kailangan arestuhin na at i-detain na. Pero dito sa Pilipinas, kailangan muna mag-file ng kaso ang complainant bago arestuhin ang nasabing tao. Okay? So yun lang ho mga ka-action, mga kakamping knoging, share ko lang ho sa inyo. Maraming salamat po sa ating mga viewers Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao all over the world. Ako po ang inyong lingkod, si The Action Man. Have a good day everyone.
Beautiful.